Welcome to our countdown of the top 10 best battle tanks in the world. These mechanical beasts are the pride of their respective nations and have proven their might on the battlefield. From the scorching deserts to the frozen wastelands, these steel titans have been instrumental in shaping the outcome of conflicts for over a century. Now I know what you're thinking. Isn't talking about tanks a bit, well, dusty old history book? Rubbish, I say. Tanks are the embodiment of power, engineering brilliance, and let's face it, a bit of blokish charm. They're the snarling bulldogs of the battlefield, and today we're here to find out which one wears the biggest, baddest, spiked collar. So buckle up, grab your thermos of tea, and prepare to be amazed as we delve into the world of monstrous firepower, impenetrable armor, and the sheer awe-inspiring spectacle that is the top 10 battle tanks. Right then, kicking off our list at number 10 is a bit of a controversial one, some might say. The Arjun K1A, straight out of India, is a hefty beast, no doubt. It's got a decent gun on it, packs a punch, and the Indians seem quite proud of it, bless their souls. But, and there's always a but, isn't there? It's a bit like that mate who turns up to a barbecue in his dad's old suit trying to impress. It's trying a bit too hard, a bit too bulky, and not quite as nimble as it needs to be on the modern battlefield. Don't get me wrong, it'll get the job done eventually, but it's not winning any prizes for speed or finesse. Number 9 brings us the T-90, and you just know anything Russian is going to have a certain reputation. Think of a Lada with a gun turret welded on top, crude, built to last, and probably maintained with a hammer and some choice words, and that's the T-90 in a nutshell. It's not pretty, it's not sophisticated, but by Jove, it'll put holes in things at a distance. It's been around the block a few times, seen action in some right dust-ups, and is still going strong, a bit like your nan, really. The Leclerc at number 8. Now, the French and tanks, it's a bit of a touchy subject, isn't it? One might say they've got a complicated history. But let's give credit where credit's due. The Leclerc is a rather dashing piece of kit. It's fast, it's got all the latest gadgets and gizmos, and it looks like it should be driven by a chap wearing a beret and a striped shirt. Bit pricey for my taste, though. Probably spends more time in the garage than it does on maneuvers. Zooming into number 7, we've got ourselves a proper tiger, the K2 Black Panther. Now, the South Koreans, they know a thing or two about technology, and this tank is packed with it. It's like a Samsung Galaxy S23 on tracks, with a cannon instead of a selfie camera. This thing can practically drive itself, shoot the eyebrows off a fly at 5 kilometers, and probably make you a nice cuppa while it's at it. If it weren't for the price tag, I'd quite fancy one myself. At number 6, it's the Type 10 from Japan. Now, you wouldn't think the Japanese would be known for their tanks, would you? More like pocket-sized robots and incredibly efficient public transport. But don't let that fool you. This tank is a serious piece of military hardware. It's like a samurai sword, precise, deadly, and probably comes with a very detailed instruction manual. Coming in at number 5, it's the Merkava Mikar-4. Straight out of Israel. They say necessity is the mother of invention, and in a region where you can't throw a falafel without hitting a geopolitical hotspot, the Israelis have learned to build them tough. This tank is like a fortress on wheels, designed to take a pounding and give one right back. Plus, it's got a built-in tea-making facility, which is always a plus in my book. Right then, number 4, and it's a homegrown hero, the Challenger 2. Built like a brick outhouse, it's been holding its own on the world stage for a good while now. It's not flashy, it doesn't have all the bells and whistles of some of these other tanks, but it's reliable, tough as old boots, and packs a punch that'll make your teeth rattle. It's like your trusty old Land Rover might not win any beauty contests, but it'll get you through a war zone and back with a good story to tell. At number 3, it's back to Russia, and this time they've pulled out the big guns, literally. The T-14 Armata is their newest toy, and it's got everyone talking. It's got more armor than a medieval knight, a gun that could knock down a skyscraper, and enough technology to make your head spin. Of course, knowing the Russians, it'll probably break down if a strong wind blows on it, but still impressive stuff. Coming in at a respectable number 2, it's the Leopard 2A7 from Germany. Now, the Germans, they know a thing or two about engineering, don't they? This tank is like a finely tuned machine, precise, efficient, and probably comes with a 5-year warranty. It's got everything you could want in a tank: firepower, protection, and enough gadgets to make James Bond jealous. It's just a shame it's not as fun to drive as a Porsche. And finally, the top spot, the king of the hill, the big cheese. It's the M1 Abrams from the good old US of A. This tank is an icon. It's been in more movies than Schwarzenegger, blown up more things than I've had hot dinners, and generally strutted around the world like it owns the place. And you know what? It kind of does. And it's big, it's bold, it's brash, and it's got enough firepower to turn a mountain into a molehill. It's the Muhammad Ali of the tank world, the greatest, and everyone knows it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing content. Which tank do you think is the best? Let us know in the comments below. But before you go rushing off to enlist, remember, war is a terrible thing, and these machines, as impressive as they are ultimately tools of destruction.